HTC has always been slapped with the impression of expensive with their products. Affordable is not something you can relate to HTC. For Xiaomi, it is their motto to bring affordable technology to the mass. Xiaomi upped their game by introducing Pocophone F1, the flagship that comes with a mid-range pricing. Is HTC U11 here to stay, or Pocophone F1 will be the new trend? I am Alex Ong from Mr. Tax, and you are now watching the comparison of HTC U11 and Xiaomi Pocophone F1. This comparison is specifically requested by Misa Mikhail. I hope I did pronounce your name correctly. After Mikhail watched my HTC U Ultra video, Mikhail wished to know how did HTC U11 perform when put side by side to Pocophone F1. Before we start, let us clear off the specifications for both smartphones. You can pause the video here as the specifications for both smartphones is shown in the video. HTC U11 is sporting the liquid glass surface, while Xiaomi Pocophone F1 is sporting a polycarbonate back. Just like I said in Pocophone F1 and HTC U Ultra comparison, I will always choose the liquid glass surface back over the polycarbonate back. This is the same case with HTC U11 and Pocophone F1. I love the solar red liquid glass surface the most amongst the other color options. At the front, you will find a 5.5-inch 16:9 Quad HD Super LCD 5 display with Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on top on HTC U11, while you will find a 6.18-inch 18.7:9 1080p LCD display with Corning Gorilla Glass on top on Pocophone F1. Is Quad HD better, or is 1080p enough for your viewing pleasure? Trust me, I cannot differentiate it much. This is due to the content available in the market still mainly offered at 1080p. Besides that, the quality of the display also one of the factors that will affect your viewing experience. Pocophone F1 LCD display is not the best in the market. The colors look slightly dull when compared with HTC U11. This is just normal playback and not HDR playback. Pocophone F1 is able to play back HDR content on YouTube, but the viewing experience is not pleasurable. Is the ability to play back HDR content an advantage for Pocophone F1, or you prefer to have a better display like on HTC U11? I will say that HDR playback is still not an advantage in Malaysia, as there are not much option of HDR content you can find in the market now. In Malaysia, the only streaming service that support 4K HDR content that I can think of is Netflix. Given that you are willing to cough out over 50 ringgit Malaysia every month to enjoy HDR content, let's not even talk about 4K or HDR content. We will talk about HD content only. For the standard option in Malaysia, you will still need to cough out 42 ringgit Malaysia every month to enjoy HD content. Even though the price difference between standard option and premium option only 9 ringgit Malaysia, but will you willing to pay 51 ringgit Malaysia every month to fully utilize the Quad HD display on HTC U11? Pocophone F1 received White Wine L1 with MIUI 10.3.4, but Pocophone F1 still could not play HD content on Netflix. Xiaomi is working with Netflix to fix this. At the top of the display, you will find the earpiece that act as secondary boom sound speaker, sensors, microphone, and 16-megapixel front-facing camera on HTC U11. You will find a notch that houses the 20-megapixel front-facing camera, earpiece that act as secondary speaker, sensors, and infrared sensor for face unlock on Pocophone F1. The face unlock is fast and it will not work with your eyes closed. With the infrared sensor, you are able to face unlock under low light or no light. HTC U11 is IP67 water and dust resistant, while Pocophone F1 is splash proof. HTC U11 is able to survive underwater up to a meter for half an hour, while Pocophone F1 only able to withstand light rain. Xiaomi Pocophone F1 is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845, while HTC U11 is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835. Both smartphones' performance are top-notch, and not much difference that I can notice. Pocophone F1 comes with liquid cool technology that will keep your phone cool even under heavy gaming. Pocophone F1 is running on Android 9.0 Pie with MIUI 10 on top, while HTC U11 is running on Android 8.0 Oreo with Sans UI on top. You can watch my hands-on of MIUI 10.2.2 on Pocophone F1 to understand more about what features it brings along for Pocophone F1. If you want me to do a hands-on video of MIUI 10.3.4 to know more about what the update brings, remember to comment below to let me know. HTC did promise to update HTC U11 to Android 9.0 Pie, but until now, it is still no news regarding when will HTC U11 receive Android 9.0 Pie. Pocophone F1 is running on Android 9.0 Pie, but Android 9.0 Pie features are nowhere to be seen as Xiaomi stripped down or removed some features to better suit MIUI. HTC U11 is sporting a single f1.7 12MP camera, while Xiaomi Pocophone F1 is sporting dual camera at the rear. The dual camera combination is f1.9 12MP main sensor and f2.0 5MP secondary sensor. The 12MP main sensor will be handling all the capturing duty, while the 5MP secondary sensor only serves as depth sensing sensor for portrait mode. Pocophone F1 may only have single camera, but it is able to capture photos with better details than Pocophone F1. Pocophone F1 may not be able to capture photos with better details, but it has wider dynamic range than HTC U11. Pocophone F1 tends to capture brighter photos during the day, but HTC U11 is able to capture brighter photos during low light. As for video, HTC U11 is able to record 1080p 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, and 4K 30 frames per second video, while Pocophone F1 is able to record 1080p 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, 240 frames per second, 960 frames per second, 4K 30 frames per second, and 60 frames per second video. 4K 60 frames per second recording is added recently with MIUI 10.3.4. HTC U11 is able to record 3D audio or high-res audio video. You will be able to get very stable 1080p 30 frames per second video on both smartphones thanks to optical image stabilizer and electronic image stabilizer on HTC U11 and electronic image stabilizer on Pocophone F1. Both HTC U11 and Xiaomi Pocophone F1 come with dual speakers, but HTC U11 Boom Sound dual speakers is the clear winner here. Pocophone F1 dual speakers is able to output louder audio, but HTC U11 Boom Sound dual speakers is able to output clearer audio than Pocophone F1 dual speakers. HTC has removed the 3.5mm headphone jack on HTC U11, while Xiaomi still retained the 3.5mm headphone jack on Pocophone F1. For this comparison, I tested both smartphones using only OnePlus Type-C Bullets earphones to better understand the audio performance between these two smartphones. Using OnePlus Type-C Bullets earphones, both smartphones have above average audio performance. You can watch my experience video of OnePlus Type-C Bullets earphone to have better understanding of the performance. If combined HTC USB-C earbuds included in the box and USonic, HTC U11 is the clear winner here. Xiaomi Pocophone F1 comes with a 4000 mAh battery, while HTC U11 only comes with a 3000 mAh battery. Pocophone F1 is able to provide me roughly 1.5 days of battery life, while HTC U11 only able to provide me roughly 1 day of battery life. Pocophone F1 is the clear winner here thanks to the larger battery. Having large battery is important for longer usage, but charging time also an important part for a smartphone. Both HTC U11 and Pocophone F1 comes with a Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 charger, which you can enjoy fast charging out of the box. HTC U11 only needs 1.5 hours to fully recharge, while Pocophone F1 needs roughly 2 hours to fully recharge. Which one should you choose? This is the question everyone will ask when they are trying to make a purchase decision. Actually, the answer is quite simple. If you are on a tight budget but still want to enjoy flagship hardware, you can go with Xiaomi Pocophone F1. If you want to enjoy the best experience, you can go with HTC U11. From the screen to the audio, HTC U11 has an advantage against Pocophone F1, but Pocophone F1 have better support and also battery life. Which one suits you the best? Only you can answer this question. That's all for this comparison. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe. See you on the next video.